The world is a humid, vibrant tapestry of greens and browns, a palette painted by an ancient, unending summer. A thick, wet warmth presses in on you, mist rising from the swamps and clinging to the air like a second skin. You can hear the buzz of giant insects, the distant calls of pterosaurs circling in the hazy sky. The ground beneath your feet is a soft layer of decomposing ferns and moss, each step a gentle, damp squelch. You feel a tremor, a low thrum that vibrates up through the soles of your feet. It's not a tremor in the earth itself, but something moving, something heavy. The sound grows, a rhythmic beat like a drum, getting closer and closer. Ever wonder what it truly felt like to stand in the shadow of a living giant? You are about to find out, as a silhouette emerges from a stand of cycads and towering conifers. Its head is held high, a twin set of bony, semicircular plates rising from its brow like a crown. This is the great hunter of the early Jurassic, a creature whose name, Dilophosaurus, translates beautifully and simply to double-crested lizard. Its most striking feature, the very reason for its name, is right there for you to see. But Hollywood got this part wrong. In the films, you might expect a fragile, spitting dinosaur with a frill that flares out like a venomous cobra. The reality is even more incredible, built not for showy theatrics, but for real-world display. These crests, a pale, almost ivory bone, are not the flimsy, cartoonish frills of fiction. They are solid, elegant structures, possibly a beacon of identity, a declaration of who you are and where you stand. You watch it pause, its dark, inquisitive eye tracking a rustle in the undergrowth. This is a creature of immense grace and lethal purpose. Now, let's journey back in time and uncover the story of a lost world. As the creature moves, its twin crests seem to catch the ancient sunlight, a silent, breathtaking signal. They are not joined, but stand parallel to one another, curving gracefully back from its snout and over its eyes. You marvel at their sheer size. Each one could span your forearm, and they are surprisingly thin, almost translucent in places. It's a fascinating design. You might think they'd be brittle, prone to breaking, and you would be right. Scientists believe these were likely too fragile for combat. They were a billboard, a banner of its maturity and status, a way of saying, I am a formidable adult and I belong here. Perhaps a larger, more ornate crest meant a better chance at a mate, a kind of prehistoric showing off. The fossil evidence shows that these crests were thin sheets of bone filled with intricate air sacs, making them incredibly lightweight. It's a wonderful biological solution to the problem of a heavy head. The rest of the animal is a study in streamlined efficiency. Its body is long and slender, built for speed and agility, unlike the blocky, powerful giants that would come later in the Cretaceous period. Its tail is long and counterbalances its body perfectly as it pivots and turns. You get a sense of its full scale, roughly 20 to 23 feet from the tip of its snout to the end of its tail. It's an imposing yet elegant presence. Standing tall, it looks down at you with a regal air, its neck long and S-shaped, a classic predatory stance. Its forelimbs are shorter than its powerful hind legs, tipped with 3 long, clawed fingers. These were not for walking, but for grasping and holding its prey. Its hands a lethal extension of its hunting toolkit. You notice the deep grooves in the bone of its claws, evidence of the blood vessels that once fed keratin sheaths, making the claws even longer and sharper in life. What an incredible blend of raw power and delicate design, all in one creature. The most striking feature after the crests, you realize, is its mouth. You get a closer look as it sniffs the air, a series of sharp, serrated teeth lining its long jaws, but something about them seems different. They're slender, almost delicate, and you notice a gap between the teeth at the front of its snout and those in the back. This is known as a kink in its upper jaw, and it's a detail that tells a surprising story about its hunting style. This isn't the jaw of a bone-crushing tyrant like T-Rex. The teeth were not built for grappling with large, struggling prey, at least not head-on. They were designed for tearing flesh, but the structure of the jaw suggests a more subtle strategy than a simple power bite. Its skull was lightly built, which further supports the idea that it wasn't tackling large sauropods for dinner. Imagine a swift, powerful hunter, but one that uses its speed and agility more than raw brute force. Its teeth might have been more like the teeth of a Komodo dragon, used to deliver a series of quick, slicing bites, causing massive blood loss over time. The kink in the jaw might have even served a special purpose, acting as a kind of hook to grasp and hold smaller, slippery prey. This slender build, that long, muscular tail, and the lightweight skeleton all point to a creature built for the chase. You feel a sense of admiration for this elegant design. It was a perfect tool for its environment. The fossil record even holds clues about its running style. Its legs, while powerful, were long and slender, hinting at a loping, tireless run across the Jurassic landscape. You can almost see it in your mind's eye, a flash of motion disappearing into the dense forests, a streak of speed and cunning in a world of giants. The very structure of its body reveals its life story, a silent witness in stone. Now let's address the most famous myth about this creature head-on. You are standing here in its presence, and there is no sign of a neck frill, nor does it spit. The idea of Dilophosaurus being a venomous, spitting hunter is pure pop culture fantasy. A wonderful piece of cinematic invention, to be sure, but a complete fiction from a paleontological perspective. There is zero fossil evidence, no grooves in the teeth, no specialized skull structure, to support the idea of it producing or delivering poison. The myth's enduring power is a testament to Hollywood's ability to create a truly memorable monster. But the reality is just as fascinating, if not more so. Its hunting strategy was far more grounded in physics and biology. Instead of a venomous ambush, its primary attack was likely one of speed and precision. This was a creature that used its agility to its full advantage, running down smaller, faster prey. Think of it as a Jurassic greyhound with a mouthful of steak knives. Its slender teeth were perfect for tearing, not for crushing. A quick strike to the soft underbelly, a slashing wound that would cause an opponent to bleed out, a series of rapid bites to disable its food. These were its likely methods. You can almost see the chase unfold. It would have targeted agile, small to medium-sized plant eaters, animals like early ornithischians, or perhaps even fish, as some have theorized. The evidence for its diet isn't just in its teeth. We've found fossilized footprints that show a quick bipedal gait. This animal was a runner, a pursuer. This makes perfect sense. A powerful bite is useless if you can't catch your meal in the first place. You feel a new appreciation for the real animal, a hunter that relied on cunning and speed, not a biological weapon. It was a true master of its domain, an apex predator of its time and place, not because it had a secret weapon, but because it was perfectly designed for the hunt. Beyond the hunt, you start to wonder about its inner life. Was this solitary hunter or a creature that lived in a pack? While the fossil evidence is still being debated, some clues suggest a more social side. Trackways have been found showing multiple Dilophosaurus traveling together, perhaps in a small family group or a hunting party. Imagine the sight, a series of those graceful, double-crested silhouettes moving in unison through the ferns. It fills you with a sense of wonder. Perhaps the crests weren't just for attracting a mate, but for recognizing members of a group, a visual badge of identity. A low, soft cooing sound from the creature brings you out of your thoughts. Its vocalizations were likely far more complex than just roars and hisses. Maybe a series of chirps, rumbles, or even a deep-throated boom, thanks to those intricate air sacs in its head and body. Another great debate revolves around its metabolism. Was Dilophosaurus a cold-blooded reptile, slow and sluggish until the sun warmed it up, or a warm-blooded active predator capable of sustained high-speed chases? Its slender build and powerful legs suggest the latter. A cold-blooded animal simply wouldn't have the energy reserves for the kind of active, persistent hunting its anatomy suggests. You can feel the humid air, the warmth that would have helped an ectotherm, but the evidence points to a creature that generated its own heat, much like a bird or a mammal today. Its high metabolism would have meant it needed to eat frequently, driving it to be a constant hunter. This brings a new layer of appreciation to its existence. It wasn't just a monster waiting to pounce, but a sophisticated biological machine, constantly burning energy, always on the move. Its every waking moment a search for food to fuel its internal furnace. You can't help but smile at the thought of this elegant creature, a powerful and graceful living engine. The Jurassic landscape was a theater of evolution, and Dilophosaurus was one of its most compelling actors. You see its place in the food web with a new clarity. It was the undisputed top predator of its time, its reign a full 20 million years before the great Jurassic apex predators like Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus would emerge. It was a master hunter, a nimble and fast killer, but even it was not without its own challenges. The evolutionary arms race was a constant. A bone discovered at a dig site might show healed bite marks on a leg or a tail, a testament to a close call or a violent skirmish. This tells us that even at the top of the food chain, survival was a daily struggle, but its primary role was as a regulator of its ecosystem. By preying on the most abundant herbivores and controlling their populations, Dilophosaurus helped maintain the balance of the ancient world. It was a keystone species, a cornerstone of its community. The story of Dilophosaurus is also the story of its discovery. The first specimens were initially found fragmented and poorly preserved. The distinctive crests were broken and scattered. This led to early confusion and debate, a kind of puzzle where the most important pieces were missing. But in the late 1960s, a more complete specimen was uncovered, one that finally revealed the animal's magnificent twin crests. This discovery was a pivotal moment, not just for this one dinosaur, but for the wider scientific community, helping to usher in what's often called the dinosaur renaissance. This new era of paleontology moved away from the old image of lumbering, dim-witted lizards, and towards a new understanding of dinosaurs as dynamic, active, and even bird-like creatures. The slender, fast-moving Dilophosaurus, with its elegant crests, was a perfect example of this new, more energetic vision. It became a symbol of a shift in thinking, a creature that embodied the grace and power of its kind. Its presence in the scientific record helped shape our modern understanding of how dinosaurs lived and moved. Its most famous legacy, for better or worse, remains in popular culture. Thanks to that one film, the name Dilophosaurus is synonymous with a frilled, spitting predator, a design that has become a legend in its own right. It's a testament to the power of imagination, a reminder that sometimes the stories we tell can be as powerful as the facts.